Welcome back everybody, just a real quick video, waiting for this computer to load up a chart. I'll just have to refresh that, but very briefly, and it's just a bit of an update, I do believe a dump, or I could call it a crash, but a dump is coming. So basically we've been looking for bullish moves on Bitcoin, waiting for it to break above this resistance trend, and unfortunately to me it's looking a little weak. Judging on the MACD, it looks as though it's getting weaker and weaker by the minute. When we go to some of these lower time frames, like the 12-hour, we've already had our cross all the way back down here, and even though price action has been moving up, the cross hasn't actually gone back bullish again. We're way into bullish territory, I should say, but we're not bullish. Let's go to another time frame with a 4-hour and see what that looks like. Again, MACD cross, no attempt, even though price action has moved up, no attempt to cross back up, and getting lower and lower, closer but not yet into bearish territory. So this is going to be the same across the board, because Bitcoin governs the whole situation. If we crash with Bitcoin, we crash with everything. There'll be a few little ones here and there that may actually benefit from the crash, but generally speaking, I think a crash of this magnitude, and I say magnitude, we're coming back down to 10,500 definitely, in my book. Now this isn't financial advice, so don't go selling or shorting just because you've watched this video. Do your own research, go by what you think's appropriate, but me personally, I don't like the look of it. We've tested it several times now, and this trend is strong. This trend goes back over 3 years, as we can see, all the way back here, where we were rejected and supported up here. We were rejected here and here, we're supported here, rejected, and now we're coming up to that territory. If we were going to break above it, I would have expected a more significant move by now, and unfortunately we've not got that. Any close above 12,000, I will definitely be saying we'll be going higher, but for the moment it's not looking like that's the case. And actually, when we're looking at this now, it's just not making any, it's not even wicking above there at the moment. So I feel as though the dump is coming, and the dump will take us to around 10,500. Now bearing in mind there is a CME gap, and the CME gap is 9,600, and if we were to respect this trend line, which I'd like to say we could, because if we did respect that trend line, we're still technically bullish. This is the same sort of thing we saw with XRP, when XRP broke out of its descending trend, which was over 2 years long. We broke out of it, we went crazy, and then we came back down to break down basically underneath it. But this was also COVID related. If that whole situation with the economy and the outbreak hadn't happened, we'd probably see what I'm expecting to see with Bitcoin. Now when I say that Bitcoin's coming down to test that to fill that CME gap, no, I'm not suggesting it's going to happen immediately. I think it's going to be an incremental step down. I think we're going to see a big crash, and we're going to sort of reaccumulate or redistribute around this area, and then finally bringing our way down to 9,600, but hopefully respect this line. We can get wicks beneath it, but closures above it are still good. So long as we're closing above this descending trend line, which again marks the tops, we're still in bullish territory. If we close and start closing beneath there, then it will get scary, but that's a long way away. Even the CME gap in itself is a long way away. So my target for Bitcoin is going to be 10,500 for a bounce similar to what we saw on this occasion, but I don't think it's going to recover and go to 12,000 and beyond. I think we're going to come down, test this area, bounce from it, and then probably be rejected from some of these moving averages when we get close to it. Obviously I could be wrong, and I respect you for disagreeing with me on this one. This is how I see it, and I'm not going to say it's happening tonight, but I think at some point in this month we're going to see this dump. We're going to come down here, and then we're going to fill the CME gap, and then I think at that point, depending on what this trend line looks like, if we've respected it or not, then I will be back bullish again and probably be buying every single part of that dip. Anyway, it's just a real quick video. We'll have a look at XRP and the targets for XRP. XRP is likely to dump even harder than Bitcoin, probably coming down to test this, where this golden cross area is. So the green 50 exponential is all the way down at 23.2 cents, and the 100 exponential is 21.8 cents. Now both of those are kind of moving up a little bit, so that's where it would dump if it were to dump tonight. But this is as nasty as it will get for XRP, and as you can see, the MACD is definitely crossing in on itself at the moment, Give that a couple of days and that'll be done and dusted, and that kind of dump would be expected, given the chart looking the way it does look right now. I do believe that a lot of these dumps will have significant buybacks and big bounces, but personally I think it's time for me to take profit on everything that I've got, just in case, because if this dumps, it'll dump pretty hard. We're talking a $2,000 drop in the long term for Bitcoin at least, and XRP probably a lot more than that. Let's measure this move out from where the candle body is right now. That's a 23.5% drop, which is completely plausible and not out the realms of possibility at all. Anyway, I'm still bullish on all these aspects in the long term, but short term I feel like the dump is coming. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there, just a quick short video. Trade safe, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel.